when you go out today, your community, I want you to imagine that everything is pretty much the same except for one little thing. That when you go shopping at your store, when you spend money, so every time you spend money, I want you to imagine in your head that that money is automatically being turned into Bitcoin and stored at that location. And it's going to pay you out a dividend for that transaction. And so, well, how does it do that? How can you do that? Well, because when that money goes in, when the fiat money goes in, it goes to the grinder, right, and becomes Bitcoin. And then on the other side, a same amount of that money comes out to the other end, to the store owner, to their Days card. And they're able to spend it just like you can spend Bitcoin or you can spend any other crypto. There's only thousands of cryptos out there that you can spend. It will be connected to, let's say, like a Visa card, or in our case, it'll be our network, but let's say initially it'll be a Visa card. And the Days, right, the native token that's backed by that Bitcoin flowing in to the grinder, right, to the Pac-Man, just eating it up. And as Bitcoin goes up in value, it knows where that $10 of Satoshi came from. And not only that, that Bitcoin is allocated for investment. So it's actually earning interest, earning money. And what it's doing is paying it out not only to the store, right, but also to the individuals responsible for putting it into the store, which is you, for spending that money going in there. So as you spend money, I want you to imagine that these little micro payments coming back to your Days wallet, right, form a kind of universal basic income dividend. And as you like things on the internet, as you participate online, is doing the same thing. So countries like America and India and Japan, and they're called fiat money, can keep printing their money. And we will keep gobbling it up, turning it into Bitcoin, and tying that immutable transaction to the source of where it came, paying out a dividend. So as Bitcoin slowly dries up in the sense of the availability, the scarcity, and Bitcoin then resurges back from what it is right now to 100,000 to 200,000 to 500,000, this small amounts of transaction, is $10, all of a sudden is worth $1,000, and that micro UBI dividend that you're getting slowly gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Welcome to Days, distributive autonomous entities. It works very much like someone installing a Stripe account, right? Just some software, and pays out that dividend. You'll see a sticker on the store that says Bitcoin Standard, meaning it's available there. And I want you to imagine now, as you spend your life growing and going about the things you're doing, and then when you have that this is just part of what you do, and every business you go to will start developing the Bitcoin Standard. And there's absolutely nothing that anyone could do to take that Bitcoin away from that Bitcoin Standard. It's all locked in there, kind of like Hotel California. You can check in, but you can never leave. All right, the Bitcoin checks in, but it never leaves, paying out a native token out of that dividend. Think about that. If you're a blockchain developer, how would you code that? How would Days be coded? We want Days to be able to be allocated to a third party, right? In a way, maybe like a wrapped Bitcoin. So they can have the wrapped Bitcoin, but they can't steal the wrapped Bitcoin. They can invest the wrapped Bitcoin, It's like it's allocated to them so they can use it for investment purposes, but it pays back a dividend. So we need a smart contract that does this little transaction. Would it be something that is on Chainlink or some other protocol? Is it something we need to develop, a code? I am an when it comes to blockchain development. I don't understand it. So I'm looking for individuals like yourself to be imagining this world. These days are the foundation of DAOs, in the sense that as these days grow, the community can add governance layer to it. One of the most annoying aspects of a DAO is the governance layer, because you have people making decisions that may not even understand what you're making a decision on, but yet they have the power of a decision. I hate that. DAEs is all about liking, following. It basically democratizes all of that. So your actions on the site, your action of buying, interacting, and if this is applied to a website like Facebook, when you buy an ad, when you do anything on that website that requires fiat, it gobbles up the fiat and returns this rewards token, if you want to think of it, this UBI dividend, this reward token, which is ubiquitous and you can apply to any other. And and then the AI or the blockchain is, are you spending that rewards token that day back in the system, or are you using it externally? And and taking away from the system and putting into a non-Bitcoin standard project. And if so, it would know that, right? So it rewards you in the sense, oh, this person's putting the money back into the system versus someone putting the money out of the system. Imagine a world built on that. Imagine a world all of a sudden, keep printing your fiat, because we're just going to keep gobbling it up. And as we gobble it up, the value of the Bitcoin, which is an asset, which is property, goes up in value. You're storing property inside that widget, right? You're not giving that property out, deflating it. You're storing it. And over time, it gains value. And with that value, we gain power. Because ultimately, all the Bitcoin is going to be gobbled up by these little Pac-Man days. It's going to keep gobbling. And individuals, when the price is right, will sell their Bitcoin. And what's going to gobble up are the days. These are the end days of capitalism. This is the end days of cronyism capitalism and the beginning of social beneficial capitalism, the capitalism 3.0. Their days are numbered. Our days are just starting.